Hi guys, just a quick video looking at John McLaughlin's thinking process behind alternate picking when playing music that's extremely rhythmical, especially with the early Shakti stuff and the acoustic guitar. The key here that differentiates what John does is the idea of thinking in numbers, especially prime numbers. The most prominent of these prime numbers is number 5 and number 7. Because from this you can build lots and lots of fluid phrasing. So for instance, if you start with these numbers, later they can be then put into Western classical tradition in terms of music notation, in terms of rhythms or syncopation. But to begin with, let's just start with a simple prime number of 5 notes, which can be 4 plus 1. So it could be takadimi plus 1, ta, takadimi ta, or it could be 1 e and a 2, meaning you've nailed the next beat. Or you could count it as takadimi-thon, takadimi-thon, takadimi-thon. So we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what you'll notice is this 5 starting on a downstroke means we can do another 5 coming on the upstroke. So straight away with these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we start to create a little phrase. Now this might be 1 e and a 2, 3 e and a 4, or it might be 1 e and a 2 e and a 3 e. Now let's add 2 more notes and have a group of 7. Now we'll add 5 starting with an upstroke to 7. And you'll start to see these patterns come together now that create this sort of riff format that John uses, especially with the early Shakti songs. A sort of like call and answer phrase. This time we'll add 2 lots of 5 starting on the downstroke and then the 7. So we have you can break it up if you want to, like, and start to create little melodies and tunes out of it. Da, 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 da. This time we will create a group of 6 notes or sextuplets starting on a down stroke. Now we will extend this to the most common pattern, 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 e and a, 2 e and a. So now let's extend this to a group of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This time we will use the prime number of 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Or 1 e and a, 2 e and a, 3 e and a, 4. But again, it's the actual number that makes this work with the plectrum. Okay, here are a few more examples. 7 on the upstroke. Bye. In conclusion, this is a really useful idea because it always feels like you're a beat ahead, and it's a lot easier to count, like as opposed to a 1 and a 2. It's just very, very helpful because, as I say, you've nailed the next beat, you're a beat ahead. It's more of a concept, a bit like jazz if you were playing 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. You're anticipating. It's a bit like that, but you're like one note ahead all of the time because you're in these odd patterns. And if you listen to a lot of John's stuff, like the Shakti stuff and even the Acid jazz stuff, you'll find lots of rests in between these little riffs that he plays, or these little ragas, or these little motifs. And it's quite difficult to count. But if you can think of it and reframe it as numbers, and then put those numbers then into musical notation, it's a lot easier and makes sense. Because a lot of it is these odd numbers, or even numbers that then go to these odd numbers. But I'm speaking strictly in terms of alternate picking here, in terms of down, up, or up, down with the plectrum. So this whole thing really is like reframing music from a Western classical traditional approach. So for instance, you could have something like Teen Towel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's extremely useful for this because a lot of Indian players will play on one string and then tune the guitar, or maybe 2 strings or 3 strings sometimes, and then tune the guitar to an alternate tuning, which is a really, really brilliant thing to do. But if you're playing in the sort of standard tuning like I am, or like John was in his beautiful Shakti guitar in the 70s, then you've got to cross all over 6 strings. And these numbers are extremely helpful for that. Because it's not shred, it's not, you know, trying to play guitar fast. It's the complete antithesis of that. They're like rhythmic units. And you have to, I mean, you can change the rhythmic units. Like I say, like 5 could be 4 plus 1, it could be 3 plus 2. And this is the thing, there's like a million variations. Anyway, this video is really just to show this idea, really just to anybody perhaps who's tried to play some of the Shakti stuff and wondered about the groupings, you know, if there's odd and even groupings, and how do you actually pluck them with the plectrum, with the alternate picking guitar technique. Lastly, I actually took this idea originally, not from Shakti or John McLaughlin, but from when I was studying Messiaen, and he was talking about these decitalas, and he's talking about prime numbers and how they're sacred numbers, you know, in terms of rhythm. And that sort of struck something with me, because I sort of went back to the kind of basics of Konokol, and then realised that when you're counting these Konokol groupings, like takdimithon, it's unbelievably helpful because, like I say, you get 1 and a 2, and it's a lot easier to count that way. A lot easier to count like that rather than 1 and a 2. So that was why. Anyway, if this video was of any use, then please smash that subscribe button. That really does keep the channel going. Smash that like button. That helps me enormously with the algorithm. Click the notification button if you like the video, and write a comment if you want. And I'll see you all in the next video. And thank you for watching.